back with Bad Batch this week, episode 7. Show is so fun. Last week we probably had the best episode since the premiere, and madly enough it included Trace and Rafa, so yeah, that's a bit mad. Trace and Rafa was a positive note, a high note. Who are they speaking to? My bet is on Ahsoka, because that would make the most sense. I've heard people throwing around Bail Organa, but then where's the connection between Bail Organa and Trace and Rafa? There is no connection there. The only connection... I mean, Trace and Rafa have only ever had one story arc in all of Clone Wars that we've seen them ever, and that was with Ahsoka, who we know... Because apparently the tactical droid that they were trying to acquire last episode, well, they did get the information that they needed, but they were using it because they said the person they were going to give it to was going to try and, in essence, start the rebellion. And Bail Organa does fit that category, but there's someone else who fits that category, and that is Ahsoka. Because Ahsoka was Fulcrum, she was part of the rebellion, she was there at the start of the rebellion, and she has a connection to Trace and Rafa, so that's where it starts for me. So that makes the most obvious choice, unless there's been like conversations going between Ahsoka, Trace and Rafa, and Bail Organa that we haven't seen yet. So that was a high note. Low note, very low note, but not in a like the show is bad kind of way. This guy here. Like, we always thought that his headache was... Like, it was the idea that the headache was going to link to the chip, the inhibitor chip. But it's not a theory anymore. It's no longer a fan idea. It's no longer a theory. It is fact now. Because he started saying the fucking words last episode. Good soldiers follow orders. So... he recovered, but he can't seem to resist hitting his head every episode. Every episode he's either hitting his head or getting shot up. We're going to have to see what goes on with that. I said this in my low-key reaction, which I recorded earlier this week. I have now purchased Chris Hemsworth's signature, Chris Hemsworth's autograph. I purchased it, it's on its way here now. I might have it by the time this video comes out. But there is another one which I might get the week this comes out. And it's in a very much relation to Bad Batch. They are selling 2 autographs of people from Star Wars Clone Wars, and I could get either one of them. One of them is Sam Witwer, Darth Maul from Star Wars Clone Wars, and that is a very tempting one to get. But one that has significant relation to this show, I could get D. Bradley Baker. So, there's a choice there. I either get Darth Maul or the voice for pretty much the entire cast of this show. So, put in the comments which one you think it should be. Maybe that will influence my decision. So, yeah, I think that's all we've got for this little discussion at the beginning of the episode, so let's just get into season 1. Don't know if there'll be a season 2, but episode 7 of Bad Batch starting now. Okay, we're starting off with the action. Uh-oh. No! Wrecker, get back in. No, Wrecker! Your head!
Again, it's a tradition. It makes the kid happy. The kid. Don't take long.
What are they doing? What are they doing? Really?
Well. You said the job paid 3 times this.
For me, not for you.
Docking fees, port charges, gear, fuel, rations, and 20 cartons of Mantel mix? That's part of the mission.
I suggest you figure something out before you see my ugly side.
That's not her ugly side.
What was that, Goggles?
Oh, what's this guy doing? Whoever's under the hood.
Hey, what's going
I recognise that armour. Yes!
Rex. Trace and Rafa Montes. They said a squad of rogue clones got them on Corellia.
Trace and Rafa called him.
Told me I could. Jack, I need one of those med patches.
You used the last one.
What's wrong? Nothing. You're telling me you haven't removed your chips?
No, not yet.
Oh.
X, those chips make you a threat to everyone around you, even her. How do you suggest we get them out? Good question. I'll be in touch.
Okay.
Who wants to cut open my head?
All of our heads, actually.
Not mine. I don't have an inhibitor chip.
Why not? That's not fair. How's the chip scanner coming? Do we really have to do this?
Yes.
If Rex is sure, we should trust him.
I don't want to worry about you, Wrecker. Yeah, looks like they're... Yeah, just... I see a lot of old Republic cruisers. Oh, it's the Y-Wing from the end of Clone Wars. The blue Y-Wing. Look at him in his armour, he looks so glorious!
Right on time. Vives tried to warn me about the chips.
Talk to Echo about
But I didn't understand at the time. It's still hard to believe now.
What is it?
Stay above the waterline.
Stay away from the water.
Last time I was aboard one of these, it didn't end so well.
Yeah, we saw it.
The inhibitor chip isn't something you can control. How'd you get yours out? I had help. Why? What are you gonna do with it?
Wrecker won't like this.
Nicely done. You're up, Wrecker. Yeah, my head doesn't hurt anymore. I'm fine. Whoa. That was close.
He's hurt. Water, the water, the water.
What's that?
Wrecker, start climbing. Why?
Hurry!
Don't like it, don't like it. This is too stressful.
This will do nicely.
I would no longer call this medical bay a sterile environment.
Do you prefer to use the facility on Camino?
This will do nicely.
Very few clones were immune to the effects of Order 66. That's rare. You're in direct violation of Order 66.
Don't like. Oh, he just stunned Echo.
All clones in violation of Order 66 shall be terminated.
Oh, he's intimidating. He is intimidating.
This isn't you, Wrecker. It's the inhibitor chip.
Conspiring with traitors makes you guilty of treason.
Please, Uncle Wrecker.
Stop! I'm your friend.
Good soldiers follow orders.
The procedure's complete.
Thank you.
Wrecker,
He is alive, but his vitals have not stabilized. We won't know more until he regains consciousness.
Hey, kid. Why the long face?
he's awake.
Oh, you made it.
1 chip down, 3 to go. Who's next? Listen, Omega. About what happened. I tried to control it. I tried as hard as I could. I just couldn't make it stop.
I know, Wrecker. It's okay. The mission's over. You can't break tradition.
Thanks, kid.
So wholesome.
I figured you weren't out of the fight just yet. I spent my life defending the Republic. Can't stop now. Your squad's skills would be a tremendous asset. Things aren't like before. Priorities have shifted. So I've noticed. Omega needs us. And I have to do what's best for my squad. Take care, Trooper. Captain. If you're ever to bind, you know how to reach us.
It won't surprise me if that's the last we see of him, just disappearing off into the fog.
Intruders confirmed on the Jedi cruiser. Notify the Empire.
Yeah, that would be the end of the episode. Looks like this is going to be a two-parter, but to end there makes sense. I was filled with a sense of such excitement and dread during that episode. Best episode since the premiere. I know I said that's about the last episode, but this was a lot better as well. Just seeing Rex again. By far one of my favourite Star Wars characters. Definitely him and Ahsoka. Ahsoka, and Maul are like the best characters in Clone Wars, and that's why that final season was so good, because it focused on those three characters, really. Trust Rex to be the one who convinces them to really get the chips removed. We don't have to worry about them now, because since the premiere, especially about Wrecker, I've been worried about every single one of them. The chips are still in there. It doesn't matter if they're not working. At least we have that confirmation and peace of mind now that it's not going to happen. Now they just have to get it out of Crosshair, who has not been seen in a long time. What is it, episode 3 that we've not seen him since? So 4, 5, 6 and 7 we've not seen him. I am suffering from a lack of vitamin Crosshair for here. Apparently Omega doesn't have a chip. I wonder why. I mean, obviously the fact that she's a female clone that makes her different automatically, but why would they not put a chip in her to begin with? So, obviously the Kaminoans meant a different... They obviously had a different purpose in mind, a different idea when it came to creating Omega. Like, she was obviously never meant to be like the other clones from the beginning. So they had different plans for her. I have been so stressed in this episode about Wrecker. He keeps hitting his head, he keeps getting into such trouble, and then he goes full Order 66 on them. Wrecker is so intimidating as a villain, but thankfully that's all we're going to see of him as a villain, really. We don't have to worry about him anymore. I was probably least worried about Echo out of all of them, because whilst the others are defective, there's nothing really wrong with them as clones. Like, Echo has been fucked up to the point where all of his head is scrambled up. He's been changed. So I was less worried about him because obviously the changes would have interfered with the chip's programming, but there was nothing really wrong with the others. So, but again, no more worrying anymore. We've got a guarantee. Just to highlight so much the relationship between Wrecker and Omega. Like little brother and little sister. Well, big brother, little sister. Hunter is the dad. Is it big brother Wrecker or Uncle Wrecker? Either one. I mean, Echo and Tech can be the uncles. Wrecker can be big brother. It gets you right there, doesn't it? It's meant to. Wrecker has just disappeared off now. So happy to have him back though. Don't know why he wouldn't. I wanted two more things out of him. Talk to Echo about Fives a bit more. Like, doesn't Fives deserve a memorial? Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Echo and Rex connect a bit more about Fives. And when they asked him, how did you get your chip removed, would he not just talk about Ahsoka? But then again, they still had their... I'm thinking now, of course he wouldn't tell them about Ahsoka because they still have their chips in, they're still in danger of going with Order 66, so he wouldn't tell them about Ahsoka. Even though technically Ahsoka is not a Jedi, she was meant to be killed in Order 66, so he's not going to tell them because they still have the chip in them. I'm interested to see, well, I'm curious to know what actually Rex is doing now. Because I thought he would have just left after the Clone Wars. I thought he would have just sort of been doing what the Bad Batch is doing. But no, he's actually getting involved in something. He was the one that Trace and Rafa called. So, obviously, there must have been conversations going between him and Ahsoka about Trace and Rafa. And it looks like he is actually part of the startup of the rebellion. Whereas in Rebels, it seemed like he wasn't, so there's got to be something between now and then that gets him to just leave. Please, please God, make a Rex show. Make a show about Rex, please. He deserves it. Clearly a fan favourite character. Like, I'm watching people starting their reactions to the Clone Wars. We're only like not even a full season in and they already love Rex so much. Imagine how we feel. We've spent so long with Rex. We've spent like 13 years with Rex at this point, if you're including all the times that Clone Wars was off the air. And then Rebels as well. We've spent so long with Rex. He is a fan favourite character. He deserves his own show. An animated show, please. I mean, I don't see a problem with getting Tamara Morrison to play Rex in an old Rex show. Old man Rex show. That would be good. But, I don't know. Me personally, I prefer this version of Rex, the Soldier Rex. And I might say something controversial here, but I wasn't really a fan of Rex in Rebels, how he was used in Rebels. He was still the same old Rex, but I don't know, I didn't like him as much as I like him in Clone Wars and this. I like the Soldier Rex. So please give us an animated show about Rex. Why not? Go from the events of, I was going to say the end of Clone Wars, but then we got this. Go from like this to where he is in Rebels. Why not? You've got like 17, 18 years of worth of stuff there that you can explore with Rex. Why not? It's probably more close to 15, isn't it? Because he was in Rebels. So it's around 15 years worth of stuff that you can get out of Rex there. Yeah, I love this episode so much, mainly because of the Rex stuff. But yeah, and it gave us a satisfying ending because once again, I said it so many times now, but we don't need to worry anymore about Wrecker or the others. We have peace of mind. So yeah. That's all. Well, it looks like it's going to be a two-parter because the Scrapping Guild are contacting the Empire now that the Bad Batch is here, so I'm expecting Crosshair next episode. Like, I'm fine. I've been fine, sort of, with having no Crosshair for the last few episodes, but it's starting to get to me a little bit. If those guys say contact the Empire and then we don't get Crosshair next episode, I'm gonna have a problem. We need the showdown with Crosshair and them guys again. Don't tell me we go all the way to the finale and they don't see each other again. I'm not having it. That's all we've got for this week of Bad Batch. Until next time, we are over and out. Bye!